And then October 7th happened. And I found myself understanding what depression would feel like. And what was interesting to me was a few things. One, for the first time in my life, I was on the other side. Nothing I will do will matter. Nothing I will do will change anything. I'm a very happy person. I'm very energetic. What you are after you get drunk, I can do that without alcohol. Super happy, super energetic. And then October 7th happened. And then for some weird reason, I think all of us, all Jews and Israeli, we just went into some kind of like a mourning, like a whole week of just mourning. And I found myself understanding what depression would feel like. I was like, wow, I am crying all day long. I'm sleeping. I don't have the energy to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't think anything I'm going to do will matter because I'm here in the States and I'm not in Israel and I can't volunteer. And there's a bunch of people volunteering already. So nothing I will do will change anything. There's no impact to whether I wake up and I do and I tweet and I don't tweet and I look at it and nothing. And so for a whole week, I was just in bed reading books and getting lost in books. And my friends reached out and some of them gave me the pep talk, come on, do this thing for your country and all. And I was like, and then I closed Zoom and I went back to bed. And other people reached out and said, hey, I understand what's going on. I'm so sorry. I was like, all right. And what was interesting to me was a few things. One, for the first time in my life, I was on the other side. Like most of the time, I'm the cheerleader. Come on, you can do it. And for the first time in my life, I was like, no, I'm not okay. And I'm feeling what it is to not be okay and get the help from other people and noticing which help actually feels like help and which help was like, can't hear it anymore. So that taught me how to show up for someone else. But the other thing that it was very interesting was like, nothing and no one could get me out of that. So nothing that anyone would say would be like, okay, now I'm cheerful. Like nothing. And I picked up my son and he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, actually, I'm not okay. And so he would hug me and I was like, oh my God, how does this 14-year-old knows not to say anything, but just be there for you? I was like, wow, that is so interesting. Like just being there and not trying to solve and not trying to fix and not trying to do anything and just give me, apparently it was like 7 days. It was really like a Shiv'ah where you sit and you mourn the death of someone close to you. It took me 7 days to get out of it a little bit. So it made me think that, wow, if someone is in emotional issue, is depressed or sad or something like that, there's nothing anyone can do to get them out of it unless they take themselves and go, okay, I'm going to do it. And the only thing that got me out of the house in that week was 𝘁𝗿𝗄𝗃. And the only reason why is because I had a partner. And if I didn't show up for the partner, they would not have a partner. And then I had to show up to be there. And so I showed up and I was miserable and I was not energetic and I was not doing my best. Everybody was super nice, but I did get out. And I think those few times that I got out of the house and I worked out a little bit and I moved, helped me get over this little sadness. But what's fascinating to me about this is that if someone is in that mental pain where they think that nothing they do is going to matter and there's no impact to their action and nothing, why even bother? There's nothing we as a society can actually do unless we drug them and put some chemicals in them and make them happier for a moment. But there's nothing we can do. They actually have to pull themselves out and do something with it. And the challenge with that is us as marketers or as course creators or people who are trying to help the world. We're creating all this content and all these things and all this stuff. And we're like, dude, you just come from here and you just do this and you just do this. And it doesn't help. Like we've seen all these courses and all the information is already out there and people are still broke and they're still depressed and they're still sick and they still haven't made it. And the reason why is because we don't have these bonds with each other. We don't have these like feeling that I am a part of something and I matter. If I'm not showing up to my partner tomorrow, that's going to affect them. So I have to show up so they can exercise as well, because otherwise I'm affecting someone else. And if we don't build these relationships, then our life collapses. Then we don't feel like we can do anything and we do nothing. And so this whole AI thing, this whole automation thing, this whole I'm just put it and forget it and money comes, it's so empty in the quality of life that we get out of it that I think what's beautiful about the Zoom sales engine is that it uses technology to bring people together to actually make an impact and actually build a community where you are making a difference.